welcome to HEALTHVIEW. HEALTHVIEW is a production of Rockland Psychiatric Center, which features experts who discuss news and views, issues and concerns, trends and innovations in the field of general and mental health. I'm your host, Don Pasquale. Today we usually talk about our program and our guests before we start our program, but here we have three people that I've known for a while that I've worked with in various capacities, so we don't even know what the program is about because we've been rehashing old times. I do know that I have Joe Raso, Andy Friedman, and Brenda Wilshire from NIRAC. NIRAC stands for New York Westchester Rockland Advocacy Coalition. Now Joe, I think, since he's closest to me, I think he wants to talk first and tell us what you want to say, Joe.
I guess I'll tell you about the program a little bit.
Good.
NIRAC is part of a bigger organization called the Westchester Consumer Empowerment Center.
Mm-hmm.
And it has three components. It has dimensions,
right,
NIRAC, and community education.
Right.
I work for NIRAC. I'm the Rockland County site manager for NIRAC. I do inpatient peer advocacy on the units one-on-one. Plus I supervise.
This is a Rockland Psychiatric Center in Orangeburg. Okay.
Yes, at the Rockland Psychiatric Center in Orangeburg.
Right.
And I also supervise and train new advocates, so they get to know the job better. I want to tell you a little bit of how we do it. We work for the expressed interest of inpatients in all the hospitals we work at. We're at Rockland Psychiatric Center in Orangeburg. We're at Mount Vernon Hospital in Mount Vernon. We're at United Hospital in Portchester, and we're at the Westchester Medical Center in Valhalla. And in each of those hospitals, we advocate for the expressed interest of our clients or our peers.
Expressed interest meaning what, Joe?
Well, usually in provider terms, best interest is what I think is best for you. And the providers will go on that, what I think is best for you. What we go on is, what do you think is best for you? If you don't feel the medication is good for you, or if you don't feel you're being treated fairly, or you feel that something's going wrong in your treatment, or you don't have a say in your treatment, that's your expressed interest. Where in best interest, it's we don't care what you think, you're just going to do this, and that's it, because we're in charge of you now, we're responsible for you, and that's the way it is. So you have to take your medication, you have to go to treatment more, you have to behave in a certain way. I always thought, as a child, you're scolded and you're punished and you're humiliated to the point where you have to live by your parents' standards. In the mental health system as an adult, it's the same way. If you don't live by the standards of society, then you're the same way. You're punished, humiliated, scolded until you're able to live to that standard. And that's what happens in the hospitals. And we're there to give people support, just need to talk, or if they have serious issues, if they need to take care of, like they're not being treated fairly, or they're being punished unfairly, or they don't feel like the treatment's going their way.
That was a great introduction, Joe. Thanks. I know we mentioned before the program that all four of you graduated from the same initial class, all three of you, 4 years ago. And I remember the starting off period, and you're in this quite successful phase.